Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manal Ayesh, and I am going to be presenting today about the impact of social media on youth's mental health and how to keep your child safe while using it. My name is Manal Ayesh, and I work for Access. I'm a health educator, a caseworker, and a health educator. So let's start with our presentation for today. Thank you so much for joining us. So, social media has become an integral part of modern life, but its impact on mental health is growing. Concern from cyberbullying and increasing anxiety and depression. The effects can be far reaching and profound. It does have some positive impacts and it does have a lot of negative impacts. And actually, let's say it does have good positive impacts as well. Um, so, one of them is connection and support, uh, also information and awareness, expression and creativity, access to resources. So connection and support, social media platforms can provide us with a lot of news. Like for example, it keeps us like in touch with our families, with our friends overseas, and all around the world. Um, Information and awareness, of course, we know the news about what's going on in the world. Social media can be a source of valuable information, education, and awareness about mental health issues, resources, and support networks. Expression and creativity, platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok offers opportunities for self-expression, creativity, and sharing of talents and interests, which can contribute to positive self-esteem and identity development. It also, the other positive impact, the access to resources. Many organizations and individuals use social media to finish, like for their reports, to grab information, excuse me, um, to share mental health resources, tips for self care, and coping strategies, and also making support more accessible to those in need. Based on researches, so there's a lot of research that have been done. Up to 95% of youth ages 13 to 17 report using a social media platform. And also, according to surveys, the most popular social media platforms are YouTube, 95%, TikTok, 67%, Instagram, 62%, Snapchat, 59%, and Facebook, 32%. Almost 25% of adolescents believe that social media has a mostly negative effect, with 13% of 12 to 17 years old reporting depression and 32% reporting anxiety. Mental illness is a concern for adolescent health. That's why, like, a lot of research have been done. Also, a research about cyberbullying shows that as many as 72% of teens say that that they have been cyber bullied at some point. So we're going to be talking about the negative impacts of social media on the youth's mental health. So the number one or the first one is it increased risk of anxiety and depression because of social comparison. Constantly seeing idealized lives on social media can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. So whatever they do, like whatever they see, they say this is not enough. What we're living is not perfect, or how we're living is not perfect. Why are they living this way? Why aren't we living the same way? Or also, for example, um, some we're gonna come to it. It's uh the second one is FOMO. So the fear of missing out. This is what it stands for. It can cause anxiety and depression as people feel left out or left behind. So they have to, like, they don't want anything to miss them. They want to be the same thing. Okay, so they keep like all the time checking, like, what's new, what's going on. We have to be the same as these people. We're not enough. It's unfortunately, and this causes anxiety and depression. Addiction. So excessive social media use can become addictive. It can disrupt sleep, work, and personal relationship. So adolescents and children, if they stay on social media for a long time, um, it can cause addiction to these devices and addiction to the social media. The other negative impact is cyberbullying and its psychological effects. So, emotional trauma. It causes emotional trauma. So, cyberbullying can lead to feelings of shame, anger, and depression, negatively impacting self esteem and mental well being. Also, social isolation. Victims of cyberbullying may withdraw from online and offline social media interactions, leading to loneliness and further isolation. Long term consequences, the psychological effects of cyberbullying can persist well into adulthood, affecting relationships, work, and overall quality of life. So, the role of social comparison and self esteem, unrealistic expectations. Social media often presents an idealized version of reality, leading to unrealistic expectation and feelings. So, here I don't have the whole slide in front of me. Okay. The other one is negative self image. So, constant comparison to the perceived success and happiness of others can significantly damage our self esteem or our youth self esteem and how they look at themselves. Validation seeking, the need for likes, shares, and comments can drive people to seek external validation, further eroding self worth. Thank you. Um, So, we're going to talk about the legal aspects of kids posting on social media. So, in Michigan, there are several laws that address the sharing of content by minors on social media. Number one, about cyberbullying. So, Michigan laws criminalizes cyberbullying, which includes posting harmful or threatening messages online. This can lead to misdemeanor charges with penalties including up to 93 days in jail and fines. Number two, about general social media conduct. There are also laws that prohibit um, posting messages without the victim's consent if the content is intended to harass or intimidate. These laws aim to protect minors from the potential dangers and legal consequences of sharing inappropriate or harmful content online. So, what are the strategies for us as parents to promote healthy social media habits? First of all, we have to set boundaries, um, like establish clear rules and limits around screen time and social media usage, especially for younger children. You don't want to leave them like on social media all the time. Um, because you don't know who they're going to be like there's a lot of things on social media. There's a lot of things that's going to be bad for them. So little kids and children, they don't know what's good and what's bad for themselves unless they always need to be leaded. They always need to be protected, especially when they're young. Lead by example, model healthy social media habits, and balance by being mindful of your own usage in front of your children. So I can't be like on the phone all day and then when I see my son or my daughter or my child sitting on their phone, I just tell them like, go ahead, turn off your phone. They're gonna tell me, why are you on your phone all day? Or why are you on social media all day? I can do it too. Like, okay, some parents will not accept that, but like they don't have to say it. They can even think of it. This is what it means, lead by example, because they see and learn from what we do and how we act. This is how our kids they learn from us. Um, excuse me, excuse me. Okay, encourage offline activities, promote and participate in offline hobbies, sports, and social activities to foster real world connections. How to monitor and set limits on screen time. So, time limits, set daily or weekly screen time limits and enforce them consistently. Like, I can't put a rule today and then change it tomorrow or say, okay, okay, just today you can get away with it. We have to be consistent. We have to, it's a rule. They have to understand that it's a rule. You guys cannot, that's why it says daily or weekly. Like you can change it every day, you can change it every week, but it has to be a rule. Okay. Um, Scheduled breaks. So encourage regular breaks from devices to engage in other activities. Bedtime curfew. Establish a technology free bedtime routine to promote healthy sleep habits. For example, before bedtime, there's no devices, no social media. Stay away from screen time, stay away, I mean, from screen. Read a book, read a story, that's what bedtime curfew is. Okay, parental control. Utilize parental control features to monitor and limit online activities. There are so many apps out there that we can use to help us with these parental controls. It can even be in the settings of your child's phone. For example, if it's an Apple device or it's an Android device, there's always a parental control setting on your child's phone. Encouraging offline activities and real world connections. So, number one, family time. Schedule regular family activities such as game nights or outdoor adventures to promote face to face interaction. Extracurricular pursuits. Encourage children to participate in hobbies, sports, or clubs that foster in person social connections. Community involvement. Engage in volunteer work or community based projects to build meaningful relationships beyond the digital world. So here are the references for us or for you guys: National Institute of Mental Health, Youth Engaged for Change, Child Mind Institute. Um, there's also Center for Research.org about social media affects mental health. And this is about the cyberbullying laws in Michigan and Social Media Victim Laws Center. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have any questions, you guys can go ahead and ask. Thank you guys for joining.
HES Academies have been serving the Detroit metro area for over 23 years, promoting academic excellence, leadership, and cultural diversity, ranking as some of the top schools in the state of Michigan. Our pre-K through 12th grade students enjoy tuition-free, state-accredited education by STEM-certified and highly qualified staff with no geographical restrictions, and with advanced placement, college dual enrollment, scholarship, and Arabic language programs. Noor International Academy in Sterling Heights at niapsa.org, Star International Academy in Dearborn Heights and in Canton at starpsa.org, Universal Academy in Detroit at universalpsa.org, and Universal Learning Academy in Westland at ulapsa.org. Join HES Academies today and enjoy a free Chromebook for every enrolled student.